Good afternoon, this is Katie at Paper and Time Design. Just popping on and doing a quick video on a project that came up for my mother and I to do. Right now I'm participating in a round robin where you make a journal and it travels from person to person and then eventually gets back to you with a whole bunch of people having worked in it. And I got thinking, wouldn't it be nice just to have one to do with my mom? My mom is also a junk journaler, and so we're constantly learning new things, and I thought this was a great opportunity for us to put things that we learn into a journal, one, so we can remember some of the little tricks that we learn, and also to teach each other along the way. We live about an hour and 15 minutes away from each other, so I thought it would just be fun that we could send it out to each other and work on it on our own pace and send it back. It did end up having kind of a rose theme to it, and just went with a whim for it. But of course, I'm hoping that each page will be totally unique and it won't just be a rose theme. Let's see. We've got a sewn-in binding, which I'm constantly improving on. It's still a little loose, but works. I've got a 2-inch thick spine. Planning on putting a dangle or something there, as well as maybe some dangles from the string left over from the middle signature. So right now the journal is pretty much totally blank. I did do some faux rice paper. This is one of the tricks that I've learned that I've really enjoyed and try to incorporate into almost every journal I make. And it's simply the top layer of a napkin Mod Podged to kind of give that rice paper look. I have some hand-dyed tea paper here. Little crooked, but when it comes to junk journaling, I don't think it matters. I found some nice digital prints that I really like. My husband got me an Epson EcoTank printer for Christmas and last year, so I'm really being able to produce some really lovely prints with it. My mother and I are both avid bird people, so I thought I'd bring birds into it a little bit. More coffee dyed pages. Did this with stencil. Not hard to do at all. One of my tricks is I dry it in the microwave. I can do 50 sheets of coffee dyed paper in, less than an hour. Another napkin. Every single time I do a journal, I learn something new about journaling, something that I'd like to do better on the next go around. I'm trying really hard to incorporate smaller pieces of paper and things along the way when I'm building a signature, instead of just adding at the end or as I'm decorating a page, starting it off with things that are a little bit different. So one thing I learned from this already is to make this on the outside, I needed to use a washer to make it tight enough. And I don't particularly like the looks of that. That's easily fixed by putting another piece of fabric down the middle of the journal before you sew the signatures in. And I would do that next time. But as you can see, it's a blank canvas pretty much right now, and I think it's going to be a blast seeing what each one of us can come up with. And she makes something, sends it back to me, and I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that, how did you make that? And maybe send in links to the tutorials we saw on YouTube. But all in all, I'm just really excited to have something that my mom and I are going to do together. I am trying to decide. I really love using vintage doilies and stuff, and I'm trying to see if a way of maybe putting a small piece of this around the spine somehow. I recently did one where I threaded beads on here as I went along, which was kind of neat. Lots of possibilities. Every journal is a learning process, and I'm looking forward to learning some new things from my mother and teaching my mother some new things as well. From Paper and Time Design, this is Katie, and you have a great day.